Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say one more time, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to get started in about a minute. So you are in the right place if you are coming to the Youth-Led Ocean Action and Advocacy Workshop. And we just want to give everyone a couple minutes to come in, maybe one more minute. I think most of the participants are here. And then we're going to get started. We have a lot to go through today. So very excited to be here. Okay. Anna, should we get started?
Yes, Marisa, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, so wow, this is so exciting. Thank you so much for everyone for joining. We've got a lot of participants here. We couldn't be more thrilled to have you right now. So thank you so much. As I just mentioned, we have a really packed agenda today and a lot to go over. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and really just start with an introduction to myself, and Anna, my co-lead, is going to introduce herself, and then we're going to go through, actually, I'll go through some housekeeping items to get started just to frame this up so everybody knows what we're doing here. So thank you so much for being here. This is the first in a series of 8 workshops sessions that take place over the course of 4 Saturdays. So we are really happy to have this group here, and we think you are going to learn a lot and really enjoy this experience. So thank you for being here. This is, we are going to be recording this. So I wanted everybody in here to let you know that this session is being recorded, as will the balance of the rest of the sessions. And we are also live streaming it on YouTube. So Anna or whoever is welcome to put that link in here. Obviously, this group doesn't need it because you're already in the session, but we are doing a live stream. Okay. We also wanted to let you know to please have your microphones off when you're not speaking. There's a lot of us here. It looks like everyone's doing that. We do have a Facebook group, so most of you have joined it, but for those of you who have not, please do join the Facebook group if you can. If someone from the POP family will please put that Facebook group in the chat, in the link, that would be super helpful. I wanted to also let you know that we'll be sending you out a consent form to sign. So more information about that when you get it via email, please take a look and sign it. We still have folks joining, so we may need to put some of these housekeeping notes in the chat for folks who have just joined. And then I want to introduce ourselves really quickly. So I'm Marisa Lopez. I'm a member of the POP family. You'll hear us talk about the POP family quite a bit. That's the international global family of folks that are involved with this movement. And we're hoping that you become part of our family right now, right here, right now. I am work in technology, actually. But I also have a passion for ocean conservation, for activism, and working with youth and engaging various stakeholders throughout the globe. So I'm really excited to be presenting at this workshop. A lot of work has gone into this, and we're just so happy to be here. And I'd like Anna to please introduce yourself as well.
Thank you so much, Marisa. My name is Ana Janhausen. I am from Mexico City. I'm 24 years old, and I am currently a training mentor with the POP movement, and I've been focusing on POP Ocean since around April. And I am also a part of Plastic Oceans Mexico and some other youth-led organizations in my country, in Mexico. I'm really, really excited that all of you are here, and I'm sure we will be able to create a great group and have a really successful workshop. So thank you all. Now we will talk a bit about what is Pop Ocean and how it started. So Michelle, if you could help us go forward 2 slides, please. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay, so Pop Ocean is an initiative by the Pop movement. This initiative was launched during the second World Sustainable Development Forum. It says on May there, but it was actually on March. So and it's a youth-led. It's an organization to promote youth-led ocean-related solutions and action. And we have done some virtual events during the pandemic, as we're not able to do events in person for now. But we did have um, the Pop Ocean Virtual Summit in June, and we did recently do another virtual summit to commemorate International Coastal Cleanup Day. So we've had many participants and speakers from across the world, and we are really starting to create a community of um, young people interested in helping the ocean and developing solutions. So now Marisa will help me introduce the speakers.
Thank you, Anna. Okay, Michelle, will you please progress to the next slide? So we have a really great lineup of speakers, youth and youth mentors, and you all are going to really love this group. We really wanted to bring in youth who have initiated projects and are involved already with ocean advocacy to help present and do peer presentations for everybody. So really excited about that. This is our list of speakers, and you will get to know them as they present. So we'll start there. But we have Summer Benjamin, who is part of the Eco Eaters and based in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. Sofia Lana, who is in Spain and a really fantastic entrepreneur, eco-entrepreneur, I would say. Carolyn Sandberg, who is in California, who is also part of the Eco Eaters. Haziz Kazi, who is part of the Irvis Foundation in India. Dr. Ash Pachari, who is the leader of the Pop movement and also on this call today and will be speaking for the second half of the presentation. Thank you, Ash. Miss Lauren Sandberg of California, United States, also part of the Eco Eaters. And Vita Wade, who is the founder of Fish and Fins and a Blue Economist and is based in the small island developing nation of Montserrat. So really an interesting group of speakers from different parts of the world coming to you with very different perspectives on the various topics that we're going to be presenting. So we feel really, really great about them, and I think you'll really enjoy them. We also want to just give you an overview of the workshop sessions. So let's progress to the sessions slide. Oops. I thought we had a slide with this session. Let's go back, Michelle. I'm sorry about that. So as far as the sessions are concerned, we do have a really nice progression of sessions to go through with you. Today, we're going to do the introduction. So that's what we're doing now. And we're going to, just so you know, we're going to ask everybody to introduce themselves for 1 minute. So be prepared for a quick introduction. We're going to talk about ocean issues and projects. And then we're going to talk about how to make your project a reality in the next session. So you'll see that we are basically moving you through the various steps of how to create a project or how to collaborate around a project and how to move forward and scale it up. Okay. If you actually, Michelle, we skip 2 slides and we can look at the sessions and then we'll go back to the introductions. Awesome. So this is the list of sessions. So today, again, introductions, and then Ash is going to talk about ocean-related issues and projects, do an orientation. Next week, we're going to talk about how to make your ideas a reality and how to communicate your message. And then the following week, we're going to talk about overcoming challenges, because the reality is no matter what project you start and with the best intentions, you're going to hit obstacles and roadblocks. And that's the way these things go. And we want to talk proactively about how to move forward from there, how to become a leader. The fact that all of you registered for this workshop already makes you a leader. So you are a leader. And we're going to talk more about what that means and how to really own that power of being a leader. And then we'll talk about scaling your projects and do presentations. So the intent here is that everybody on this call participates in all of these workshops because they are interactive. If for some reason you cannot participate in a workshop, please reach out to us directly and let us know so we could accommodate that. And again, we will be recording all of them, but the idea is to participate in all of these. So, okay. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce the workshop. Again, really excited to have everybody here. We have a lot to go through and very quickly. So if we can backtrack one slide, and Anna, you can go through, get everyone to go through this exercise of introductions.
Thank you, Marisa. So now I would like all the participants to, in 1 minute, introduce themselves and just tell us your name, your country, your age, and also what ocean-related environmental issue you focus on. So what is like the one you either care about the most or you work on, or whatever you want to share, but you do have 1 minute as we are many participants.
And Anna, how do we decide who's going next? Are you going to call on
Oh,
folks?
I will. Yeah, I will call. I'll call on the folks who will be speaking, and and Coma will help me share a timer on the screen so that we make sure we stay on time. So first, we would like to hear from Elizabeth Nuwasima.
Hi everyone, I'm Elizabeth Nwasima from Uganda. I'm 18 years old, and the ocean-related issue I'd like to address is pollution, because not that it's the main issue, but it's one of the issues that's going to literally deteriorate the whole ocean, as literally all issues dealing with the ocean. So I'd like us to I'd like to address that issue first, such as to move step by step and to make one big band and solve everything. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Now we have Jonas Ramos Santiago. Jonas, if you could introduce yourself and tell us your age, your country, and the project you focus on.
My from Mexico City, and study in
just a little louder.
Yes, Jonas, if you could speak a little bit louder, we'd really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I work a veces no hablo mucho en inglés, pero no comprendo. Sí entiendo un poco de inglés. In speak English, no much. Hablo más español. Sí,
Okay.
Okay. Está bien. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Jonas. So, Jonas,
if you want to just quickly recap, if you don't mind, just for those who didn't hear.
Yeah. So, Jonas is from Mexico City. He's 22 years old, and he is creating his project, and he's currently in the university. And so now I would like to ask Salma Macias to introduce herself, please.
Anna, can you say the name again? It was a little hard to hear you.
Yeah, it's Salma Macias.
Salma? Can you hear us?
Okay, if not, we can go to the next participant.
Yeah, sure.
Come back to
Hi, do you listen to me?
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Alma Macias. I am from Mexico City, but I am living in the Gulf of California. I want to connect my project with my underbachelor thesis that is about marine mammals and microplastics. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much, Salma. Now we would like to ask Victoria Benumea Navarro to introduce herself, please.
Hey, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, I don't know. My name is Victoria. I'm 21 years old. And right now I don't have a specific project, but some of the issues I would like to, well, I have interest on are animal conservation, all the plastic situation, and coral reef restoration. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Victoria. Now I would like to introduce to ask Yudish Roje to speak. Yudish?
Yadish,
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Vic, welcome.
Yeah, okay, hello everyone. So sorry, my mic, my camera is not connecting, but I hope you can hear me. So I am Yudish, I am from Mauritius. Mauritius is an island in the Indian Ocean. And I am 30 years old. I seems to be the older one here. So also, well, I work in the sustainability field, and one of my interests is certainly the ocean economy, and also what I have a dream to plant as many as possible seaweeds. Yeah, so just something to share. Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Stuti Mishra to share with us.
Hello everyone, I'm Stuti Mishra from India. I'm 20 years old. I'm very interested in learning about climate crisis and ways to tackle it. I'm associated with Ervis Foundation, which is located in India, and it deals with plastic crisis. I'm also very interested in learning about policy making. So yeah, that's about me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stuti. Now I would like to introduce Juan Carlos Geri Vidal.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear
Yeah. Hi everybody, my name is Juan Carlos. I'm from Peru and I go by he, him pronouns. I'm 26 years old and I've been working so far in conservation and ecology of marine mammals and seabirds here in Peru. But now my project focuses more on sustainable small-scale fisheries, targeting more both ecological and social sustainability.
That's great. Thank you so much, Juan Carlos. Thank you for joining us. Now I would like to introduce
And I wanted to interrupt for a second. Someone mentioned that they were the oldest, but I actually don't think you are. And I also wanted to say what we've learned as the Pop family over the course of time is that people at any age can and have the responsibility to contribute to the protection of the ocean, whether you're a small child or a youth or a senior mentor. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that we welcome folks of all ages and it's all of our responsibilities. Sorry,
yes,
Anna.
Definitely. No, that's fine. Once I heard this from Jane Goodall saying that she was still young at heart because she still had like the willingness and the motivation to learn. So I think that's something that makes us so young. So I think everyone's welcome to join the workshop. The age doesn't matter. So now we have Susana Arguelles from Mexico.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Susana Arguelles from Mexico, as Anna said. And well, I'm 24 years old. And actually, as well as Anna, I'm part of Plastic Oceans Mexico. I take on all of the part of like communication and strategy area. But yeah, we basically tackle all the problem about plastic and single-use plastic and stuff. But I'm mostly interested also in conservancy for animals and fauna and stuff. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sue. Now we have Sara Zetune.
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Sara Zetunde. I'm from Mexico City. I'm 25 years old. I actually wanted to sign up for this workshop because I recently went to a beach. It was amazingly polluted, and so I decided I want to do something about it. So what a better way to learn how to do it accurately than this workshop. So many thanks.
Thank you, Zara. We're really excited to have you here, and I'm sure this will definitely help you channel all this energy and your you wanting to help the ocean to find a really successful project. Now I would like to introduce Carla Aisha Perez Gomez.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Carla Perez. I'm from Mexico, and I am the third semester of marine biology at the Autonomous University of Baja California Sur. So just like Victoria, I don't have any project yet, but as a marine biologist, I am deeply interested in wild preservation, marine pollution, and I don't know, I designed for this workshop because I want to have more ideas of what I can do to help our oceans. So I am so excited. Thanks.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Carla. Now, Ibrahim Rodriguez Larreta.
Hi everyone, my name is Ibrahim. I'm from Ecuador. I'm from the Galapagos Islands, but I happen to live in Mexico as well. I'm also studying in the Autonomous University. Well, I've been working in marine species conservation since I was 15, and well, right now I'm focusing on developing environmental education programs as well as citizen science projects due to the lack of awareness in the community that I'm living right now. So I'm really happy to be here and excited to get to know you all.
That's great. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Now, I would like to pass the word to Elizabeth Garcia.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm sorry. Well, I am Elizabeth Garcia. I am from Colombia. And right now I'm so interested in the problematic about the high seas because I think that we ignore that no one cares about the high seas. And I think that is a big problem for the climate action because if we don't do anything about the high seas, I think that every effort that we do here in the earth is nothing because we need to do something more to the high seas. So that's my idea of project. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much. I completely agree. It's an issue that will affect and is already affecting so many people across the world. So thank you for sharing that, Elizabeth. Now I would like to pass the word to Uma Satwika Amanda.
Hi everyone. So I am Uma Satvika and I am a second year undergraduate student from the University of Delhi in India. And I have never really worked on the oceans. Today morning, Vanessa sent me the link to this workshop and I was very happy to learn more about oceans. So I've been working on education, on menstruation, on mental health, but I never worked on oceans and it's great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Uma. It's really nice to meet you. Now I would like Mida Hope Malinga to speak.
Hello everyone, Malinga Mida Hope. I'm from Uganda. I'm in high school. I'm 17 years old. I've attended 3 model UNs under the Committee of Environment, and I'm so passionate about environmental migration. That's the sector that actually touched me most. However, I'm into currently recycling of plastics. By recycling of plastics, we are trying to improve the livelihoods of youth, trying to make them discover the good in what is spoiling our country's nature. For example, we are encouraging youth to make armbands for the wrists, and then also we are making waste bins using the bottles, and we also sell the bottles to manufacturers that require them back for synthesizing. That's more of recycling. Yeah, and then about environmental migration, I'm so passionate about it because I realized that personally, I'm so much into education. Education whereby I look into GBV, I look into food security, I look into anything that is hindering the education, and it all comes down to climate change. So just looking at environmental migration is just a small picture of what exactly is happening, but has grown up to bring bigger and bigger problems into the country. So currently I'm into environmental migration and recycling under the theme of environmental conservation in my organization, Hitachi Africa. Yeah, nice to meet you all, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Malinga Mida. So I think those are all our participants who are here with us today. If I haven't called on anyone accidentally, please let us know and introduce yourselves. But I think those were all.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Anybody? No? Okay.
I don't think so. So we can, Michelle, if you could help us share the presentation again. Please.
Yeah, and I think some folks might be watching on the live stream too. So this is super exciting. Hi to everyone that's out there that's not actually in this meeting. Okay, so we actually went through the introductions pretty quickly, which we really appreciate. It's really an important part of this workshop is for you, everyone who is participating, the organizers included, to get to know each other. Obviously, we can't do in-person international events right at this time in history. So I think these virtual type workshops and meetings are really important, and we're all working really hard to find ways that we can interact with each other. Not that we're just talking at the participants, but everyone is able to communicate with each other. So I would also thank you everyone for introducing yourselves. It's really amazing to hear the different projects and different interests that everybody has. And I would encourage you all, you have access to the chat, and then of course we're going to have the Facebook group. So if someone else in this group is working on something or had an interest that you found to be interesting as well, I'd encourage you to reach out to each other, and you can put whatever you want in the chat to share information. You can also direct chat with each other directly in the chat, just like through a private message. So this should be, I'm really hoping for a lot of good collaboration and kind of getting to know each other here. So we can look at the overview of the sessions again briefly. We're going to have some extra time, so this is really good. So Michelle, if you don't mind progressing to the next slide. So I talked about this before. The idea here is to take this group through a sequence to help you develop or think through what a project is that you might want to work on or initiate yourself, and then kind of work through the steps to get it started or get it launched. Or many of you already have really amazing projects that you're working on, and that's really fantastic. And we want to just really help share some tools from folks who have already initiated projects and are working in conservation or are already working on action and so forth, just to help share and talk about and collaborate. How do we make these better? How do we move forward? How do we get going? And also, are there opportunities for you all to work with each other if you have common goals and common interests, and really sort of build more collaboration internationally and globally, which is, I think, what is needed to solve some of the problems that we're facing right now related to conservation. We also, Ash, did you have something to say or no? No, okay.
I just wanted to say that I think Ayushman had dropped off the call and has managed to sign back in. So if he's here, he's the only person who hasn't had a chance to introduce himself.
Oh, good. We have one more introduction.
Okay. Thank you. But finish your thought, please, Marissa, since you asked.
Yeah, and it looks like he just came in, so we'll give him a minute. Ayushman, we're going to ask you to introduce yourself in just a minute, but let me just, yeah, I'll finish my thought. With these sessions, just again, the idea is that everyone participates in every session. Let us know if for some reason you have a conflict. We will be issuing certificates at the end of this workshop. And if Michelle, if you could just progress to the next slide. Something really exciting that is happening about a month or two after the workshop ends is that we are hosting a POP International Festival that is focused on youth-led climate action in all areas related to the ocean and beyond. And we're hoping that a couple of folks from this workshop will be comfortable presenting potentially at this event. So we'll talk about that more as we progress, but we very much are hoping that everybody here is able to sign up and participate in this event. We're gonna have some really exciting forums and opportunities for interaction and speakers. So if one of the folks from the POP family could put the link to registration or to the website so folks can find out more information about this festival, that would be fantastic. It's a lot of fun. A bunch of us got to do it in person last year, and unfortunately it's not in person this year, but we're gonna try to create some of the feeling and the spirit that comes along with this type of global collaboration at this virtual event. So I definitely wanted to mention that so you all can register, hopefully, and put it on your calendars. I think you'll really love it. Okay, so Anna, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to you to introduce the mentors.
Perfect. That'd be great. Thank you so much. Also,
oh, wait,
to all the
I
participants.
forgot. We have to do the introduction first.
Oh, yeah. We have Ayushman. So Ayushman, thank you so much for joining us. If you could introduce yourself really quickly by stating your name, your country, your age, and what ocean-related issue you're most interested in, please.
So hello, I'm Ayushman Mishra and I'm from India. I study in 10th grade and I'm working with now Airbus Foundation, which is located in India. So I want to tackle the ocean crisis, which is now the biggest crisis in the world. So I joined the POP Festival through Ash Pachauri sir, which is also associated with Airbus Foundation. So I'm here, that's why. So thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ayushman. Now, just to complement what Marisa said on the festival, remember that the projects you either grow or come up with during this workshop, some of you will have the opportunity to present them at the festival if you're interested and if you're chosen to do so. So we're really, really excited to have you as participants of the festival. So thank you so much, Michelle. If we could go on to the next slide, please. Okay, so now I want to talk about the mentors. So for this workshop, each one of you participants will be assigned a mentor who will help you to follow up on your project, who will also help you, like if you have any questions regarding any of the sessions or how you can move forward, or if you're stuck in anything, you can always reach out to your mentor. Your mentors will reach out to you by WhatsApp or email in case you don't have WhatsApp to introduce themselves and get the conversation going. The idea is to have an environment of like a very good conversation between both sides, so we make sure that you're not having any problems with your project and that you're able to grow it or expand it or execute it. So they will also be your contact point with the POP movement further on. If you're interested in participating in more events or you want to know more about the POP movement, you can always reach out to your mentors. So in the mentorship program, we have Dr. Ash Pachauri, senior mentor of the POP movement, myself, Anna Hanhausen, Philo Magdalene, mentor for the POP family, Drisha Patak, mentor as well in the POP family, Vanessa Hernandez, another mentor, and Komal Mittal. If the mentors could quickly introduce themselves in that order, it would be great. Thank you.
Sure. I just want to say a big warm welcome to everyone. My name is Ash, and absolutely thrilled to have this opportunity to be together here. And I just want to thank all of you for your interest and your incredible leadership and inspirational leadership. I know we have a lot to learn from each other, and this will be a phenomenal opportunity for us to be able to learn and grow and contribute. So very, very special. And I want to thank the entire Bob family too for the phenomenal effort to bring us all together here. So this is going to be a very special month, and I know the start of a much longer and fruitful partnership and future. So thank you all very much, and I'm looking forward to learning from you every step of the way. Thank you.
Hi everybody, this is Philo Magdalene. I'm from India, based in the south of India, and I look forward to learning about each of you and the projects that you're going to come up with. Thank you.
Hello everybody, this is Drisha Pathak. I'm from India as well. Looking forward to connect with you guys, and thank you, Anna.
Hi everyone, this is Komal Mittal. A very warm welcome to everyone, and looking forward to meet you all and connect with you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Vanessa Hernandez. I'm from Mexico, and looking forward to see how I can be a help for you. Thank you so much everybody, and welcome.
Thank you so much for the introductions. Now I would like to hand it over back to Marisa. Thank you.
Okay, and I keep seeing folks coming in, so I think we might.
Sure, Marisa.
Who did I just let in? So has anybody? I think I just let somebody in. Has anybody in here not had a chance to introduce themselves?
I think it's Leah. Leah,
yes.
yeah. So Leah, if you could go ahead and tell us, well, your name, your age, where you're from, and your interest in ocean, like what ocean-related issue you're most interested in. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Leah Fuchang, and I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. And my interest is in ocean literacy and microplastics and the impacts on human health and marine life. So that is where my interests lie, mainly with, microplastic marine debris and how it impacts on human and marine life. Also, ocean literacy, and I am 35 years old. Hello?
Thank you so much, Leah. That was great. We're really happy to have you here.
Yeah, sorry I had myself muted, but thank you for joining us. It's great to, I'm pretty close. I'm in St. Thomas, not too close, but compared to some folks on the other side of the world, we have a truly global, international group of folks here. So I'm super excited. Okay, so what I wanted to do next is we've moved pretty quickly through our agenda. So, but our next step, if you could progress to the next slide, was to see if anybody had questions about sort of what we're doing here, what are in our overview, and how the workshop is going to progress. So I know it's hard to always be the first person to ask a question. But if anyone has any questions, we really, again, want to have a very open dialogue and make sure everyone's clear. So please feel free to unmute or put your questions in the chat. I wanted to see if, yes, Ash, do you have a question?
Yeah, I just had a quick question. I'll leave it entirely to you to decide together. Would we have a WhatsApp group as well?
Ooh, that is a good question. If you would like to have a WhatsApp group, please say yes in the chat. And if you don't really want one, just say no. So let's get some engagement going here. I'm seeing a lot of yeses, so I think we might already have our answer to that question. My question to you, Anna, is do we have everybody's numbers, or do we need to gather?
We have everyone's numbers. I think some of them are not coming up on like that they have WhatsApp, but we can email them and ask them if they have it or if they could download it. But yes, we do have everyone's phone number.
Okay.
I can create a WhatsApp link and I can just put it in the chat and everybody
perfect.
needs to get
Perfect, Vanessa. You're
Thank
an
you.
expert in WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
for those of you who are new to the pop movement, which a lot of you are, which is great, we do love to use WhatsApp. So I'm excited that this group is wanting to use WhatsApp too. And again, the idea is just what we're doing here. It's have an opportunity to collaborate. So we've got this really fantastic, motivated group of participants here, and really amazing opportunity for you all to get to know each other and learn from each other. Everybody has something to bring to the conversation. Everyone has a very important contribution. So I want to say that because I know sometimes we hear each other speak and we're amongst some very accomplished people of all ages. And it's also sometimes easy to get a little bit intimidated and say, wait, but I haven't done this and organized that and don't have a group and I didn't found a nonprofit or whatever it is. But you are here and you have a very important voice and a very important role in this movement. So I just want to make sure everybody really understands that. And you are not afraid to ask each other questions, to ask the mentors questions, to put out your ideas, to say, hey, what are the high seas, you know, or what are the issues with plastic pollution, or what can I do to make a difference? All questions are welcome. The idea here is to be very collaborative and support each other and learn from each other, but also know that in addition to learning, you have something to bring to the table. And I just really wanted to say that because I think it's really important that everybody knows that. Okay, so that being said, before we jump into an activity, are there any other questions? Thanks, Ash, for asking a question or concerns. And again, you could either unmute or just type them in the chat.
I see Malinga Midas Hope
Oh yeah, I like
hand
that.
up. So
Malinga, do you have a
Malinga,
question?
go ahead.
Nita, did you want to go?
All right. So my question is basically, so you know how we are supposed to choose projects to do with the ocean? All right. So my common sense tells me that since Uganda doesn't have oceans, we'll have to deal with water bodies and anything that pollutes the water bodies, right? And then, so the other thing is that my project is sort of intertwined, like we are doing plastics, but then it's more of helping us build up on the next project and sort of easily fund the other project, which is to do with environmental migration. So is there an issue with doing such a project?
No. Malinga, thank you so much for your question. Yeah, there's definitely not an issue with working on that project. It sounds really, really amazing. And yeah, you can definitely focus on water bodies even if they're not the ocean because of your location. Also, I think it's very important that all the water bodies are clean and healthy in order to contribute as well to the health of the ocean, right? Because, for example, pollution in rivers does end up in the ocean and things like that. So that's a really good project and a really good question. Thank you, Malinga.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. And it's important to understand that everyone, regardless of where you're located, whether you're near an ocean or not, we all have an influence on the protection of the ocean. So thank you for I'm really glad that you asked that question. That was a really good one and a very good point. So yes. Okay. Are there any other questions right now? And this is not your last chance to ask questions or raise concerns. Obviously, you can do it at any time, but okay. Great. So I don't see, wait, I see something in the chat. I'm just gonna give everyone a minute to think about this. Okay, so what we've talked about, yeah, Elizabeth, thank you. I think people in the coast are so vulnerable to the climate change and probably are the victims of environmental migration. Yeah, I'd love to see some conversation happening in the chat. So I would like to, if the folks who are in control here, I would like to give everyone a few minutes to have a quick conversation. Is that what way we're gonna go? Are we up to doing some breakout rooms?
Yeah, I think since we have some extra time,
okay,
the session as it went by quicker than we thought, we can arrange maybe for people to meet in breakout rooms of 5 minutes and just talk more in depth about what they're interested in, what projects, like what they would like to achieve, and also maybe their expectations for the workshop. That would be great.
That's a great idea. So so what we're going to do is we actually went through those introductions pretty quickly, but I think just to break this up and mix it up, we're going to give some time for you all to get to know a small group of each other in breakout rooms before we go on to the next section of the presentation. So we're talking about 5 minutes. So I know that it can be a little bit awkward sometimes to get on a Zoom room with folks that you don't know and start conversations. But we're going to give everyone a chance to do that. So in a couple of minutes, what we're going to do is breakout rooms. And if anybody hasn't done breakout rooms before, what happens is the organizers of the Zoom, I know many of you have done this, so sorry to explain it again, but some people may not have. What we do is we basically push a button and it's going to look like you're almost out of the Zoom call for a minute. You'll get a little notification and then it will push you into a different room, which is just a virtual space with one or more other people, and give you the opportunity to have a conversation with them. So I agree, Anna, the conversation should be, you should ask each other, again, where you're at, what your interests are, and what your expectations are for this workshop. And anything else that you would like to discuss, because this is really an opportunity to get to know each other. And then there should be a countdown towards the end that'll let you know that it's almost finished, and will push you back to interacting with the whole group. Did I miss anything in that explanation?
Just a few people. I think they've already started to split into groups.
Oh, has it? I was wondering what happened. Yeah. Okay, great. Perfect.
All right.
I was wondering if a bunch of people dropped, so.
You're like, wait a minute, what did I say?
Great, thank you to whoever is making this happen. That's
Drisha, thank you.
Thank you, Drisha. And then I wonder what goes on the live stream. It's probably this main screen.
Oh, it's us.
For those who don't know how to join a breakout room, you'll get a request, a pop-up request. You have to click on that. I can see Victoria, you haven't joined it.
Victoria, can you hear us?
Okay. I think she has joined.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Perfect.
So just a quick point, I wanted to say that
we're on the live stream.
No problem. So I just wanted to say that I think the only thing we want to probably flag before the close of this segment of it, is that that they will, at the end of the workshop series, in addition to the certification, also have an opportunity to present their work, right? That there will be a final presentation or whatever, so they could kind of work toward that. And of course, they'll collaborate with everyone in the process, but they'll have a chance
to present to this whole group.
Yeah,
thanks, Ash.
Thank you. Terrific. So how many people do we have in all in terms of participants? Just to get a sense.
If you can give me 1 second, I can.
14.
Okay.
So okay. So Norma G, we'll have 7 pairs, please, if you don't mind.
We have 16
people. We have 14
yeah, we have
people.
16 people.
We
have 16.
Okay. Okay, we have 16 people, so we'll have 8 pairs. And when it comes to kind of pairing them, can you just give Drisha the list, because she has it.
She has it.
She has it. All right.
Yeah, I sent her.
Drisha, is there anything else you need?
No, I'm I'm sending a photograph in the group. Can you check?
Okay, cool. Norma G, if you don't mind just having a quick look, please.
I am
Yes.
adding on the spreadsheet with the participants. I have put in green the participants who introduce themselves and who are in the session, so you can see there also. And you can filter the spreadsheet to see only them.
Thank you.
I'll play a video as we are going live stream before we close.
Sure. So this is it. Norma G.
And it's like Hi, I'm Harry. I'm from New York in the United States in North America. A book I'm reading right now is Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison. It's really good. And a movie, there's a documentary on Netflix called There's Something in the Water. And it's about like environmental inequity in Canada. It's really good. Okay, so for my focus for the action plan, because a lot of my like projects that I do right now are like research-based or school-based or very like small scale like awareness. I wanted to like shift it a little bit and to focus on environmental policy. I think it's important right now to address everything that's going on. And I was thinking a lot in terms of the United States, because of course that's where I live in, because there's a lot going on right now in the US with various different movements, especially movements for racial justice. And also with coronavirus, there's going to be a lot more policy change happening, especially focused on the economy. And there's other policy change happening that's being advocated by different groups at like the moment. And it's also like an election year for various positions in the country. So there was a lot of like excitement and change happening focused around policy. And now would be a great time to also advocate for environmental policy. And it relates to a lot of my like topics of interest of like equity and justice in the environment, and also about like sustainable development, and having the correct methods for sustainable development needs to be incorporated into policy. So like where we are right now, in the United States specifically, not really a great place. The current United States government and administration is rolling back on over 100 environmental policies. The Environmental Protection Agency in this country is kind of a joke. Like, they really don't do anything. They do not care, and especially they don't care about marginalized communities in the United States, which are the most affected by environmental degradation and environmental toxins or pollutions. So what we need is like guaranteed sustainable development and sort of an establishment of like a norm where like environmental policy is normal and isn't something people have to fight over. And it also needs to be developed in a way that supports equity in the country, because there's a lot going on specifically around racial justice in this country right now and all the time too. So I think new environmental policy needs to address a lot of different areas, as that doesn't just touch on the environment, but also touches on different identities such as race and gender and socioeconomic class, in order to have the most meaningful and impactful and holistic impact that will like propel us into the future for sustainable development. So what is needed to move forward and what my like specific action plan could look like? First is like researching specific policies and representatives that support or do not support certain environmental or green endeavors. So I know more about like what's going on and how to move forward, and have a better idea of the landscape of environmental law, and then how to make change at like a citizen level, because sometimes it's hard to do that, but there are different ways at like the citizen level where you're not a representative of any kind to make change, and your representatives to make change. And what is needed is people and involvement, and meaningful connections to other longstanding and current issues. Like I said, like the connections to different kinds of justice need to be made. So it's focused on the environment, but it also realizes that the environment is connected to many other issues. Okay, perfect. So what this could like actually look like, one way could be lobbying, which my like climate group talked to this other climate group about the way they run their climate group, and it was a lot about lobbying. So I feel like that's one way to get into it. I'm not sure how that looks during Corona, but I know it's possible. Another way is like phone calls and emails and petitions. Those are happening a lot right now to try to ask for change. And while it does feel like it doesn't really work at sometimes, but the phone calls and the emails and all the petitions add up, and it really does at some point make some kind of impact. And then another way it could look like would just be informative presentations and resources to give to like the public or to different people in order to educate everyone so they understand their representatives and they understand their laws and policies and can make more educated decisions, or I can relay that information to people who actually can vote since I'm not of voting age, and hopefully they can make some kind of better decision about that. And of course, I'm looking for other suggestions on how this could look like. And I think that's all. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Everyone should be coming back in slowly but surely. Thank you for your willingness to jump into groups. We are actually almost done with this section, although I wanted to mention one thing before Ash starts. And I also just, before I do that, I want to say, does anyone have something interesting they want to share, or something that they learned about the other folks in their group that they want to mention? Not yet. Yeah, wonderful to interact. Thank you. And also, so just let's give a. Was that fun? Did you enjoy that? Did you get to meet somebody new, or was it awkward? Any reactions to the breakout room experience? It was a little bit sporadic and unplanned, and you could put those in the chat too. Thumbs up if it was good. All right. Okay, so we're going to wrap up this section of our presentation and say, mention that I wanted to let you all know. Oh, that's right. You could put a thumbs up. Thanks, Victoria. I forgot that at the bottom of this, you can actually, there's a button that says reactions, and you could put a clap or a thumbs up there. So that's always a fun thing to use. There isn't a thumbs down. So if you don't like something, I guess you can't, there's not a negative reaction to use, but thanks so much. One thing before we go into Ash's section of the presentation, I wanted to say that I forgot to mention that we are, as we progress through the 4 Saturdays, on the last Saturday, you will all have an opportunity to present to each other. So about your project and where you are and thinking about creating a project. So that is a really great opportunity, besides the fact that a few folks we're hoping will be able to present at our event in December, where you're going to get a chance to present to each other. So just wanted to let you know that. Okay, so without any more ado, yes, Anna?
Yeah, I just want to say something really quickly. We will be sending a feedback form on the chat. So if you could all answer that, it's just a couple of really quick questions to know, like, if you enjoyed the session, if you learned. So we will be asking you to fill that out after every session.
Okay, so the link is in the chat, and I just put that in there. And do you mean after this part or after the 2 sessions, Anna?
No, after this part, and then they
Okay.
will have to fill it in again after Ash's session. So it'll be one per session.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Ash, I'd like to give the floor to you.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's so great to be able to get together here. Finally, we've been waiting, and this is a special moment. I just wanted to start out by saying that, and I really want to reiterate what you know, we had Anna and Marissa share already, that you guys are already leaders, and it's amazing just to see all of you, to listen to you, and I know we're gonna have lots of opportunities. This is the start, and today we'll spend the next hour together here, essentially going through hopefully what would be an interactive process of thinking about ideas for what we wish to work on or are already working on, and also have a chance to exchange, but a little bit more in detail. So it's a process of getting started, and it should be something that will warm us up for the weeks to come. So I just wanted to kick off first off by welcoming everybody again and saying this is absolutely terrific. I'm going to ask Drisha, who's helping us with the technology front, to get a whiteboard up, if you wouldn't mind, Drisha. And we'll quickly walk you through a way in which you can share your thoughts using the whiteboard feature. For anybody who does not have access to the whiteboard once it's up, if for any reason it doesn't work, use the chat here, the chat feature, please. So Drisha, if you can hear me, I'm gonna ask you to share the whiteboard, please. And while Drisha gets that up and running, my question to you, just to ask you to think for a minute here about what is your inspiration to take ocean action, to lead a project, to work on water bodies. And I just want to bring back, I think, Mira, you brought up a great point. It doesn't matter how far you live from the ocean or how close, it affects each one of us. So whatever it is you do, it counts. And we've got a sneak peek into the amazing ideas that you guys have shared already. And if for those who don't, it doesn't matter. What is your inspiration for being here, for the project that you want to conduct and lead, or you're already working on, or the ideas or the thoughts you have? Write down one word, please. Now I'm going to ask Trisha, if you don't mind, just walking us through this. So when you've got the whiteboard up, Trisha, you want to share this, or should I just go ahead and explain how to get how to type?
I think anybody can type.
Yeah, so you'll see that there's a small, on the top of your screen, there's something with a green tab, which says you are viewing Pop Drisha's screen. And on the right of that, it says view options. Yeah, it is an amazing feature. And when you click on view options, there's an annotate feature. And with that, you can start writing directly here. So write down one word that describes your inspiration. Okay. So, and if you can't use it here, use the chat box, please. Okay. Oh boy. Okay.
So Ash, how does it, can you explain how this works again? We click on it, or?
Yeah, so what you do is that if you hover over on the top of your screen, right on top of your screen, below it, yeah. And you'll see there's a green tab that there says you are viewing Pop Drisha's screen. And on the right of that, there's kind of like a black gray thing, which has a drop down. Just click on the drop down and click on annotate. And you
view
can
options and then annotate.
And then you can use the color of your choice. Perfect. Okay, so we've got change, inclusion, determination. Perfect. And then we've got some options here. in the chat. My inspiration is marine life. That's beautiful. Yeah, just write, yeah, whatever it is that your inspiration is. And I just want to say that your inspiration really counts. And never get to a point where we medio ambiente, excellent, which is the environment. Muchas gracias. Keep becoming peace, humanity, life, passion, our future. Absolutely. And your inspiration is everything. That's all I'm gonna say to you. Your inspiration will be life. Mira, thank you. And this is what's gonna make all that you do, which will be the difference. So great. Marine life, peace, love. Fantastic. Okay. I don't know. I can't read that. I think that was love. Yeah, love it is. Perfect.
Livelihood.
Livelihood.
Livelihood. Perfect.
That's a really important
Absolutely.
inspiration.
Yep. Yes, it is. Terrific. Animals.
I wanted to say, because I had a challenge with this too, there should be a little bar once you get in here that you can click on text. So if you're just getting the scribble, you can also hit text and it will allow you to type. It took me a minute to figure that out.
That's right. Sorry. So the drop down has text, draw, stamp, eraser. Yeah. Great. Terrific. Excellent. So thank you. We can get a screen grab of this or save it and erase, and we can keep the whiteboard because we're going to jump into another aspect of brainstorm. I'm going to ask Philo or Drisha, the two of you, if you don't mind, to type on here. My question now is for us to just spend a few minutes brainstorming, and I'm going to ask you about why and how you think ocean action and advocacy will have an impact, and why is it important? Why do you think it is important for us to work on the initiatives we're here? Now, I know some of you introduced them already, but I'm interested now. You needn't type. I'd just love for you to speak. So talk about it, and you can be descriptive in your discussion, and we'll type up whatever we can. So yeah, why do you think that ocean action and advocacy are important, and how will they have how will they have impact? So whoever wants to go first, just either raise your hand or start talking. Mira, did you want to go? May I speak? Stuti, please go ahead.
Well, I think the ocean is the heart of the planet. Water covers more than 2/3 of the Earth's surface. So, and even oceans provides countless benefits to our planet and all the creatures that live here. And also the oxygen produces more oxygen than the Amazons. The ocean regulates the Earth's climate as well. It is an important source of food. So I think, so that's why ocean action is surely important, and advocacy is required in order to sustain, in order to, ensure better ocean for the future. I mean, cleaner ocean for the future.
Right.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Super. That's terrific. Stuti, thank you so much for sharing. Yudish, did you want to go next? And then I think we have Uma next after you.
Yeah, I think most of the points have been covered by Stuti, but just to add, yeah, ocean, it covers a lot, I would say, in terms of space area in the world. And it is also, it absorbs a lot of heat and carbon dioxide as well. So most of the advocacy and I would say the awareness needs to be done to make people aware. Also, like I live in an island, we often face the issues of sea level, seawater rising. So yeah, just to share.
Absolutely. That Yiddish, that's super important. And thank you. And Stuti, yeah, a really important points. And the point is that, you know, what happens with the ocean will affect all of us. So I really appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. I think we have Uma next, and then we have Susanna.
Yeah, so as I've already mentioned, I am from India and I come from South India and we have a really huge coastline. So, when I was a kid, I never really knew the issues that the world is facing with respect to the oceans. But as I am studying, I know what kind of issues we have. And I recently had a mock diplomacy session on oceans. So that is when I realized how threatening the situation is. Also, I have seen that people do work on all SDGs, but no one really works for the life underwater. There are many NGOs that work on education, on no poverty, zero hunger, but not many address this issue. So I think we should also. I have seen it that there are many people who are ignorant about their own place. So many people who live by the coast, they themselves don't know what issues the coast, they are actually facing. So we need to have this ignorance. We need to make sure this ignorance is not there anymore.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. I totally agree with you. People don't recognize and definitely aren't able to join the dots. And so we find people talking about things that have relevance from the ocean standpoint, but they're not able to draw that connection. And so they don't address the issue overtly either. And I really appreciate that thinking. And I think you, Stuti and Yudish brought up, related but yet distinct points, which are very important. I believe we have Mira and then we have Elizabeth. So Mira, over to you, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ash.
Elizabeth, which one? I'm sorry.
Please, Mira, and then Elizabeth, right after Mira, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Ash. Basically, I would like to present the fact that by the time your country, your continent has an ocean, that's something that you need to treasure so much. I'm trying to look at the fact that once oceans get polluted, there are risks of us attaining acidic rains. And with the acidic rains, who knows what will come up? The reason is why we're having so many health issues, such as high rates of stillbirth, miscarriages, and so much else that is going on with people's health is because of the lack of knowledge that people have refused to acknowledge the fact that they're supposed to protect water bodies and generally water sources within their communities. I'm speaking it from the perspective of Uganda. So with the oceans, we need to protect these oceans because I believe that with the acidic rains, we won't be able to address the issue of good health and well-being. And then probably we need to acknowledge the fact that ocean present, no desertification. So the area with the ocean is blessed to not encounter the issues that are being faced in desert areas. So why not enhance and protect what you have? Because you have a variety, you're able to do so much for survival. You have so much to rely on to enhance your economy. So I believe that we need to protect the oceans.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think you brought up two important issues. One is certainly the ecology and the other is the economy. And you're absolutely right. There is also a huge dimension which is health related. And, as we live through, and I know, Mira, I've attended your Hitachi, COVID-19 survey and discussions. It's got such clear implications for development and health and the issues that we're talking about all the time, but people don't always recognize them. And I think that's super important. So thank you for bringing that up and for for these thoughtful, points that you flagged, Meta. Thank you. Over to you, Elizabeth. Very happy to hear your perspective. And thank you again for offering to share. Please.
Hi everyone again. Oh, sorry.
Please,
With
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
With two of us in the meeting. I don't know which one.
Are there two Elizabeths that wanted to speak? Sorry, I was going to say Elizabeth Garcia. Sorry, I saw your hand up. Pardon me. And then, yeah, sorry, go ahead, please, Elizabeth Garcia.
Okay, thank you. Well, I think it's important because we need to transform our vision of the ocean, because almost everyone thinks that the ocean is like a border in everyone, and I think is a bridge between all countries and all people. So, and we are the last generations who can do something. And if as everyone knows, the ocean is so important for the climate, and if we don't have a healthy ocean, we don't have hope for the future and the future generation. So I think that is we must press our political leaders, and we have to become in a leader for the ocean, because the ocean doesn't have a voice, but we have. So I think it's very important to use our voice for something good. So that's my perspective.
That's amazing. And what a quotable quote. I totally agree with you. I mean, the ocean doesn't have a voice, and it's time for us to amplify our voices to protect the ocean. And thank you so much, Elizabeth Garcia, for sharing that. And I love it because we've got great consciousness in this room already, and the leadership, and we'll do everything to support the inspiration that you have, and to strengthen your leadership, and help amplify those voices. So thank you. We have Leah up next, and Leah, we're so happy to hear you share with us your perspective. Thank you very much for offering to talk to us.
I think that ocean action and ocean advocacy is very important, so that we clear up a lot of the misconceptions surrounding, the ocean and how important the ocean is. Because, a lot of people, I am from the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, and we're just not surrounded by water, but we're also a small island developing state. So what it means is that people grow up with a fear for the ocean, for going by the ocean. A lot of us, we don't know how to swim. A lot of people never interact with the ocean and see that there's nothing to be afraid. So sometimes one of the first things that they associate the ocean with is fear. So I think ocean literacy, advocacy, and action will help to change that mindset and create a love. So for me, I know one of the things that really connected me to the ocean was having experiences with the ocean, because I learned to swim from very young. I scuba dive, so I have that connection where it feels like the ocean is a part of me. So I think that ocean action has to bring about also the experiences to link people for them to actually feel. And as someone said, the ocean have no voice, so that they can connect and experience the ocean and how it's important for us who live in not just near the ocean, but for everyone, because it is one ocean. And for years we have been taught that there are many oceans, but really it's one ocean that connects all, and everything that it happens in one region will affect the other. So it is one ocean. And also to for people to really understand what that means in terms of providing the oxygen that we need to live. Because for years, you have read in textbook, trees and forests are the largest carbon sequestration, when we have the ocean that provides us with a lot more, which is, the research is not documented. And I think that is why ocean action and advocacy is very important for us to also create experiences for people.
Thank you. That's phenomenal. And I couldn't agree more with you. You know, there is this whole thing about the ocean and Honora, even among people, Leah, who you rightly pointed out, who even live by the ocean, but there's this fear and, you know, so on and so forth. I mean, I was in Hawaii, I lived in Hawaii, and I mean, I remember there were people, I spent all my time in the water, but I remember there were people who, you know, just they never ever went to the ocean and had this great fear of the ocean. And I totally agree with you. We also have an important text message here from Jonas, who says, again, has highlighted the point about the fact that the ocean absorbs the heat and carbon dioxide, and it's got an important balance to play in the oxygen and that we depend on. And our entire sort of existence does. I'm very happy also. I think, Elizabeth, you have your hand out, right? Yeah, here we go. Elizabeth, so over to you, please, for your thoughts.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I just forget to get down my hand.
Okay, not to worry. I just wanted to say this has been amazing. You guys have, in a matter of a few minutes, really shared some of the most pertinent elements. I think we have your hand up again, and Leah, did you Elizabeth Garcia, did you want to add something? No. Okay, maybe that was.
It's the other Elizabeth.
All right.
Nuasima Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, did you want to say
Yes,
something,
sir.
or?
Yeah,
Please.
it's Elizabeth Nuasima.
Yes,
Probably
Nuasima,
prevent the
please.
confusion, you could call me Liz.
Liz, you got it. Thank you. That's terrific. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Liz, over to you, please.
I'm really happy to be here, and I've learned so much already. Already from this workshop, I've actually come to realize that the ocean is literally the heart of everything. As someone said, I don't really remember the name, but the ocean is actually, okay, not just the ocean as a term, but I use the term ocean to describe literally all the other water bodies that we have, because it will literally affect every sector of our lives. It will affect the economy, it will affect our food security, it will affect our health. So if we are to think about literally everything that will happen if we do not have, imagine a world without the ocean, what would it be like? How would the world look like? I try to imagine it and I'm like, nah. It wouldn't really, the world looks so blank and so pale and worn out. Honestly, from the movies I've watched, to look like something Mars or something.
Yeah,
So,
that's right. Yeah, Liz.
So
All
I'd
right.
like that for the advocacy, I think it will help because it will try to open up people's minds about the different water bodies that we have and how, because if I use an example of Uganda, in Uganda we have one main water body. Okay, if you're considering lake-wise, that's Lake Victoria. And for Lake Victoria, if someone doesn't stay close to it, they wouldn't even know that the dangers or what even goes on close to it. They wouldn't know what's going on unless maybe they watch news, which what percentage actually watches news. So we'd like to, if we raise the advocacy and awareness to everyone, it will help open up people's mindset on the different water bodies in the world and how we can actually get to protect them, how important they are in our lives, and how we can help out, how we can put up our hands and be the change that we want to see.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really important, Liz. You know, and that's really what we want. And I love the conviction. Thank you, because you're right. It's going to affect every part of our lives.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just want to say that Susanna wrote in the chat a while back that she wants to participate.
Yes, and I've responded. Absolutely. So over to you, Susanna. And then Mira, I know you've got your hand up, but if you don't mind, we'll have an activity after Susanna and then we come back and we'll talk some more. So if that's okay, I'm going to ask Susanna to contribute and add her thoughts, and then we'll get into a quick activity and come back and talk to each other again. So Susanna, to you, please. Thank you, Anna.
Yeah, hi, thank you.
Hey, thanks.
Well, just adding up, like everyone has said already, why the ocean's important now, and I totally agree with that. And I was just kind of like following on what Leah said about advocacy, and I think the most important part also there is that we need to have this part, and we have to like push this part into people, but for people to have a line to follow, because people get lost, and we have lots of voices and lots of people who actually want to do something, because we can, if you go around asking, we can all agree that everyone wants to live in a healthy ocean, in a healthy planet, everyone wants health, you know, and everyone wants to be happy. So I think that's the most important part about advocacy. And with this pandemic, I think we have a great opportunity for people who, not in the good part, that got frustrated about what they can do, but that passion that they have inside them, we can use that, but they need a line and a guide to follow. So I think that's a great part. Yeah, that's it.
I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. And I love it. Susanna, I want to say thank you so much for sharing, and to each one of you. It's fantastic because I think we've got the love, the passion, the conviction, the inspiration, and it's now about channelizing it. And I hope this will be an important moment in making that happen. And I can tell you this, yes, the COVID pandemic and this unprecedented time should be one where we can channelize our energy in a manner that we can translate that diversity to action and start to make that difference. And we will be that change we want to see in the world. So thank you so much, and keep it coming, guys. I'm just going to say that with that, I'm so happy for us to split into into pairs. And Adrisha is going to help us make that happen. And thank you again for typing up these really important thoughts. We'll keep them, we'll circulate them in the WhatsApp group and Facebook and the rest. Adrisha, I did want to say that in keeping with time, we'll plan on about 7 minutes, if you don't mind, in the breakouts. So you'll see a screen pop up again, which will ask you to go into a breakout room, and you'll spend time in pairs. What I'm going to ask you to do as you do that is, please, I want you to think through and discuss with your pair. And if you can turn on your camera in doing that, it will be amazing. But if you can't, don't worry about it. Do share what it is you want to do. What is that project, the idea, your inspiration, if there isn't a project yet, your dream? What is it you want to act on? So it's related to all the points you just talked about. We know why this is so important, but what is it you want to do? And I want you to exchange. So we'll be in pairs. And so, for example, I would share with you and you would share with me what your dream is and what that project is. And I also want you to think of two things. One is, what is a challenge you anticipate, and what is an opportunity? And when we come back, we may not all get to share because we're quite a few of us, but I want you, those who are able to represent the view of your pair, your partner. So not your own perspective. I want you to get into this discussion so that you come back ready to share what you heard. And this will also, this is a strong part of being a leader, because as a leader, we listen and we do justice to voices. So it'll be a great chance for us to do that. We'll get 7 minutes. We break into pairs, talk to each other about our projects, our dreams, one opportunity at least, and one challenge that we anticipate. And if you got any questions, feel free to ask. So here we go.
So we have to share the opportunities and challenge from the another person.
Yeah, so say for example, Elizabeth, pardon me, Elizabeth, if you were talking to me, you'll tell me a little bit about your project or idea, or your dream. If you don't have a project or idea yet, what is your dream to act on the ocean issue? And what is at least one opportunity and one challenge that you anticipate? So it could be a project, your idea, your dream, one opportunity and one challenge that you anticipate. You share that with me and I will share mine with you. Is that all right? Elizabeth?
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. We'll have 7 minutes. So do keep track of time so that like about 3.5 minutes into one person, you get to the next person so that you can.
So Ash, are they going to get pushed into the pairs or how does this?
They're getting into pairs. They'll get pushed into pairs and if it is Elizabeth and I, then I speak for 3.5 minutes. Elizabeth speaks to me for 3.5 minutes or so. We come back in 7 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ah, there everyone goes.
There we go.
Okay. Those were really inspiring words. I really liked listening to everyone.
That's a great
amazing.
activity. That's very cool.
Yeah, I love that. I loved all the discussion that they were ready to have. Very thoughtful and very mindful.
The whiteboard is amazing. I've never seen that before. That is so cool. At first,
Yeah.
it started scribbling for me, and then I realized there was the text. So I was like, "Oh, this is so hard."
Yeah. Sorry, I should have mentioned that, right? Because there's a text option which allows you to type.
Elizabeth, you haven't joined the group. If you're having any trouble, please let us know.
Okie dokie.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, Elizabeth and Liz. Liz is still here. Liz, are you able to hear?
They asked her to unmute. Maybe
Liz,
she stepped
Liz,
away.
can you hear? Yeah, you're muted just in case. Uh-oh. Liz?
Let me try to message her. Maybe she stepped away or something.
Yeah, or maybe there's a bandwidth issue. Let me check here. Yeah? Yeah, perfect. Excellent.
Meda has been logged out of the meeting and she's not able to log in.
Oh, why is that?
It says the meeting is logged by the host. Risha, can you check?
Remember, Vanessa can log in too. So it sounds like once you get out. I wonder if it's because it's live or some other.
No, I think it's locked somehow.
I think it has something to do with the settings.
Oh gosh.
Can they try now?
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell her. Try now, please.
Guest appearance.
Somebody else.
Hi.
Hey, Mita, are you back? Hey, Summer. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing all right. Thank you. We have Mita back here. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Mita, do we have someone to connect? Mita, can you hear us? Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
So
good.
I was gonna ask Anna, did you want to go or Summer? Did you? I don't know. Summer's busy. But if you wanted to spend a few minutes with Mita, we've got a few minutes.
You can push Summer in
for sure.
Summer.
Oh, good.
Right.
That sounds good.
Hey, Summer. Perfect timing. So good to see you. All right. So Mita, Summer. All right. Here we go. Mita, we're going into pairs. Did you catch that part?
I'll still be here. I can explain.
Okay, you can explain. Perfect. Great. Thank you.
So it's my login. Cop Marisa Lopez. I don't know who's.
I can't create a new group right now.
Oh no.
Okay, so just talk here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meta. Hi. Thank you for. Sorry you got pushed out. We were doing a.
Wait a second.
Oh,
she doesn't. An activity, Meta. The idea is that you and Summer, Meta. Great to introduce you. The idea being that you'll spend a few minutes. Now I think about like 2.5 minutes each.
We have a new member who just joined.
We can also do it together here.
Okay.
I think we've got Destin here. Destin, are you with us?
Connecting to audio takes a minute.
Yeah, coming in. All right. All righty. I think Destin. Hey, Destin. Great to have you here. A big welcome. You're mute, so we can't hear you, Destin. But a big welcome.
Oh, thank you.
We're delighted. We got started a little while ago, Destin, but I'm happy to introduce you. You probably know Meta. Maybe you guys have connected in the past. As I think you're part of Hitachi as well, and I'm happy to introduce you to Summer too, who's right here. Great to connect you guys. So we have most of the participants in pairs right now. And what they're doing is they're spending about a few minutes each talking about what their inspiration to take action on issues of the ocean, and a little bit about their project or idea. So, if Meta has an idea, Destin, you do, Summer does, what is your idea? A dream or project, and what is one anticipated or experienced challenge and opportunity? So we just spend maybe a minute each. I know it's very quick, but some of the others are going to start coming back. So just to get to spend a little bit of time. And then when we report back, we won't report our own perspective, we'll report the other person. So Destin, you report Meta shares Destin's, and Summer shares. So basically the idea is to share another person's perspective. So just a couple of minutes each before everybody starts coming in, I think. So Destin, big welcome, and I'm happy to introduce you to Summer and Meta. Meta, can you hear us?
I want to talk about what inspires you. Oh.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so Meta, do you want to start just by talking about just briefly, like in a minute or so, what your project is, your dream is if you're not working on the project, and what you anticipate as a challenge and opportunity, whatever your ideas for a project.
All right. So my project is basically the one I am hoping to kick off with is more into recycling. Recycling, we are hoping to engage youth in collecting plastics and improving livelihoods by finding alternative usage of the plastics. And we're also hoping to more of share out, try to reach out to organizations that recycle plastics in order for them, manufacturers that recycle plastics in order for them to take it back in and give us sort of an income that is going to enable us build up on the other idea on environmental migration. So the anticipated challenge is more of teamwork. Working with youth is one of the most, can I say, complicated but interesting thing. So most of them come around maybe to just look on what exactly are these guys doing? Can it become successful? How will it be productive? So it's really, really one of the biggest challenges with youth, teamwork. And then the other challenge is maybe the finances, which we are planning to find alternative ways on finding the income. For example, we're already planning on collecting plastics and give to the manufacturers so that they're able to give us a certain amount of income that will enable us keep the project running. And then the opportunities are really many. So I must say that actually the challenges to me are less than the opportunities, because the opportunities, first of all, I'm going to get to network. With this project, it will require a lot of advocacy. So I'll get to network with a lot of people, both age mates and people of different projects who are all having the same ideology or are well-wishers. And then the other thing, the other opportunity is that I'm going to improve on the rate at which I communicate. My publicity is going to improve. I can also say that my IT skill is going to improve because I'm going to sort of have to keep on the computer and phone to try to ensure that everything runs so well. Since we are in lockdown, we're not going to have visible meetings and everything is going to be virtual. So my IT skills are going to 100% improve. And above all, I think the other thing that is going to improve in me is my leadership skill. I'll keep learning and relearning from everyone I'll meet. So it's really a really big opportunity.
Wonderful. Yes. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mira. So I think we've got everybody back from our breakout. Am I right, Jusha? Everyone's back. Yeah, perfect.
Everyone is back, but I have again sent them the request if they want to go back. And
okay, does anybody need to continue? Let me just ask, do we need a little more time, like maybe another 2 minutes or 3 in our breakout? Just a quick yes or no in the chat box is good. Yes, okay, all righty. So we want a few more minutes, okie dokie. Leah says yes, anybody else? Nope. Elizabeth's done. Is there any? Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so why don't we? We've got 1 yes and I think we've got 2 no's. Okay. All right. If we don't feel in principle, we'll definitely create more opportunities. But if most people are feeling like they've covered ground, maybe what we can do is give it a couple of minutes. That's it. No more. Zusha, only for the ones who feel that the benefit. Leah, who were you with?
Yudish.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so let Leah, Yudish, and Mira, Summer, and Destin go into groups. Anybody else who wants to go in? And then we get only 2 minutes each. We'll come back in 2 minutes because I'm conscious of time. You've got only another few minutes to feedback. And Uma, you wanted to say something. So we can split into groups for just 2 minutes, please. Only few people.
Hey, they are already in the groups, whoever wanted to join.
Okay, whoever wanted to go is gone. Okay. And Uma, did you want to say something if you're still here?
Yeah, I hope you can hear me. I have really bad network right now. Can I please leave?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm sorry about your network. Yeah, absolutely. No, I totally appreciate that. We can hear you though. Yeah, absolutely. No problem at all. We'll share the details in the WhatsApp group and Facebook group, so you'll catch up.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. And it was a really great evening. Thank you.
It's been amazing getting to meet with you. I'm looking forward to doing lots together. We've got another 15 minutes. We can hear you if you're still comfortable, but if you're struggling, we're happy to catch up with you at
I can hear you right now, but my network is really bad and I've got pushed out of the meeting so many times.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Sorry. Okay,
yeah.
Well, I'll let you make a decision. If you're here and you can stay, that's great. If you can't, and where we understand that totally, networks are, that's one of the things. I mean, technology has so many benefits and then it can drive us crazy like this too. So in any case, you'll definitely have a recording of the session. Absolutely. I appreciate that. No problem. Okay, so Meda is still here. Okay, so we're all set. We will start with this. I just wanted to say that we won't be able to cover all pairs because we're a lot of us and we have very little time. But I'm gonna ask a select few to share, perspectives from across these discussions that you've just had. So if there's a pair that wish to share perspective, please, of your partner. Remember, you're representing the person you've spoken to. So anybody who wants to share, we're all ears and very happy to hear you. And Stuti, I wanted to say, and everybody else too, we will have a streaming link. Yes, do raise your hand. We'll quickly call on you. We have a few minutes to share. So when you share, you'll basically share what the project idea is, the dream is, and challenges and opportunities. Just about a minute to share from whoever you've spoken with and your time. So whoever wants to go, please. Yeah, the people who are kind of falling in and out. So who would like to share a little bit of a reflection from your discussion? Destin, did you get a chance to spend some time in the group together with Mira?
Yes, I think I did get some time.
Okay.
And yeah, what she was talking about is exactly what we discussed, more of like talking about recycling and environmental migration. And we decided that exactly like if I could say everything, it's like the same thing she has been saying. Talk to the communities around, get youths who we can work with, and we keep picking the recyclable kind of things and we take them to the manufacturers because allegedly they keep saying if you take them back to the manufacturers, you get money on it. So we're trying to make income through that. I think that's like roughly what I could say because she finished like everything.
Okay, great. And we did hear the opportunities and challenges Mira talked about. And yes, she said that sometimes working with young people can be a challenge, but there are many more challenges.
It's really a challenge, but yeah, work with it.
But it's also great. Yes, thank you. Thanks very much, Destin, and we're delighted to have you here. Who else would like to share? You would have an opportunity to share what you heard your partner. Okay, so Susanna, the floor is yours.
Hi again. So my partner was Stuti.
Stuti?
And yeah, and we actually share the same project that we're working on right now, which is tackle plastic pollution.
Yes.
And one of the challenges that we shared, like we actually chit chat more, but the challenge that we share is the lack of policy, either in India and here in Mexico. So Stuti was telling me that she's really interested in policy making. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges right now that we're facing, and one that has to be taken care of right now, because without that we can merge any of the parts together. And I mentioned that I was also really interested in the all the bad part that's happening to the animals and that. But that's what we talked about.
That's amazing. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate it, Susanna. That's wonderful. And it's always so terrific as you have the chance to represent your partner or your pair's perspective. And so I really appreciate it. And I agree with you too. We need a lot more work in this area. And I hope we'll have a chance to think a lot more about this. And also, as you mentioned earlier, amplify our voices and mobilize stakeholders in the process. So well done. Thank you. I'm so delighted the two of you were together. And who else wants to? Yeah, perfect. Who else would like to go next? Anybody else who wants to share their partner's perspective? I know we won't be able to cover everybody, but just anybody else, maybe one more person if someone wants to share, and we'll get into a quick round of reflections where we'll all speak for a few seconds after that. Okay, yes, Juan Carlos, please, over to you. Thank you.
Hi, I was paired with Salma, and I feel like we were kind of like in sync on kind of like our initial focus on wildlife, even though she was focusing more on microplastic, but she's eager to explore other threats for marine wildlife populations such as bycatch and fisheries.
Yes.
And the challenges and opportunities that she identified were also like the same as I did, because we agree that a big challenge that we have is the lack of information, but that's also a big opportunity because there's a lot that we still need to learn to address these issues. So it's like try to look at the challenges as opportunities for action.
That's amazing. That's fantastic. Yes, I totally agree with you, and I hope as we come together as a large inspirational global family, that we'll be able to exchange information, create opportunities for cross-learning, and provide the kind of exposure. And I thank you very much for sharing that perspective, Juan Carlos. Thank you once again. And I just want to say that I know that there would have been a lot more discussion that would have taken place, and we're not doing justice merely because we don't have time to cover everyone in this process of feedback. But again, I'm going to encourage you, keep the discussions going, get to know each other, and continue the conversations, and we will have lots more opportunities to spend time together and hear each other in the process of the next several weeks, months, and years, I'm sure. So thank you to those who've had a chance to share. Before we close out, and we have only a few minutes, so I'm very conscious of time, and I wanted to say that it's always powerful to close out with reflections. So I'm going to ask you to think inward for a minute and reflect on, I know this brief period we've spent together so far, but we've come together with a number of geographies, great diversity, and tremendous conviction and energy here. So I want you to think just for a minute about what that one reflection is that you've taken away through this interaction. This now 52 minutes in this session, and then of course an hour before this, but what have you taken away from this time we've had together? And I'm gonna go around the room and I'm gonna ask each of you to, in about 30 seconds, share what that one reflection about what you take away is, and one reflection on what you feel inspired to do after this interaction today, whatever it may be. It may be, I want to talk to somebody some more. I can't wait to get on the Facebook group, or I can't wait to finish the video that's streaming this session. It doesn't matter what it is. One reflection on what you've taken away and one thing you want to do. So 30 seconds each. And I'm going to ask all of us to get started. I see Juan Carlos on my screen right now. So if you don't mind, Juan Carlos, I'm going to ask you to start. Just to share your reflection. 30 seconds, please. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I think my main reflection is that I feel like the main issues and the challenges that we all need to face are very generalized all over the world. So it's really important for us to learn from each other and see how we can overcome the challenges and maybe use these lessons learned in other places. And I think that's kind of like what I aim to do from this experience, to connect with everybody and learn from what they're learning and what they're doing to support my work and support others.
That's fantastic. Juan Carlos, thank you so much. I'm going to ask Ayushman, if you don't mind going, please. Thank you once again.
Yeah, I definitely took the most important thing, which is not ignoring this problem. So the biggest problem is that people are ignoring this problem, and if people start acting upon it, then we can expect the change in this world. So yeah, that's
absolutely. And I agree with you, Ayushman. Beautiful. Thank you so much for your reflection. It's very valuable. Destin, I know, I'm sorry, we kind of met you toward the second, the latter half of the second activity, but whatever you might have to share in terms of your takeaway and what you feel inspired to do in 30 seconds, please, as your reflection from the last 20 plus minutes that we've had together here, please. Thank you.
Thank you too. Well, I just want to say I'm very glad that I came in too late. Can't apologize for that. But I'm really glad I came in. I joined you all, and wow, I must say I feel welcomed, and I should say, yeah, this is a good thing we are doing, and I am also going to endeavor more to interact with more people of different races, different countries, whatsoever, so to come in with different ideas, bring them together, and save our world together, we as humans. Thank you.
Amazing. That is amazing. We're so excited that you joined us too, Destin. So not to worry, like they said, it's never too late. And we're so thrilled that you could be here with us. So a big warm welcome again. And thank you once again for your reflections. They mean the world. I also wanted to take the opportunity to ask if I could, please, Elizabeth, if you'd be willing to share your reflections with us. Thank you.
Which one?
Oh, so one is Liz and the other is Elizabeth. So you're Elizabeth, okay. If that's okay, please, Garcia. Thank you.
Well, I think that I feel so happy to see young people so passionate about the ocean. And I think that also it's important to be intelligent. So I think that I can see people that is both, is someone who is passionate about the ocean, and you are very intelligent. And I think that everyone are so committed with their cause. So that is why I feel so happy to be here, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth, for sharing that. Thank you. I really appreciate it, and it's equally, if not more valuable, for us to be together with you and with everyone else who's been so kind to join us. I'm going to take the opportunity now to ask Ibrahim, if I may. Would love to hear your reflections. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Well, as well as Elizabeth, I'm truly happy to be surrounded by great people here that have a lot of commitment to the ocean's protection and conservation. So I think my reflection will be based that we all can be part of the solution, even though if we are not upon age or if we are younger than, I don't know, maybe 15, 16 years old, but we can all be part of the change, and I'm truly happy to be here with all you today.
Thank you. That is so precious. And we reciprocate that sentiment all the way and beyond. Ibrahim, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure, and the start of something much bigger. So we're very excited. I'm going to ask Carla if you'd be willing to share your reflections with us, please.
Hi, well, I'm so glad to know more people who are really interested in ocean conservation and who are passionate to do something about this problem. And I look forward to do a project and to bring solutions. And I am really happy to know more about each one of you.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. That's really precious. Sincerely appreciate it, Carla. Thank you so very much once again. I was going to check if Leah, you'd be willing to go next, please. It's great to hear you. Thank you.
Sure. My reflection is that, we are many people from different cultures, varying background, but we all are passionate and that we want to do something to change, people mindset and view and how we educate others and advocate for the ocean. And for me that was, a really great thing being here, and it always inspired me to continue the work that I'm doing because, sometimes you can feel alone, where you live in a country that is running on oil and gas, and people don't really take, the ocean that serious in terms of, because there's no money attached to the services that is provided. It's not quantified, it's not published, but it's always nice to gather with people from different cultures who are also fighting the same issues and problems all over the world. And I think together, if we continue with movements like this, we can learn from each other, take it back to our country, and get people involved and see that it's not only just a few of us, but it's many of us around the world.
That's beautiful.
So that's my takeaway and
thank you so much. That is so beautiful, Leah. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you're right, coming together is a very powerful thing. I just wanted to say before we continue that it's exactly time now. Would it be okay if we continued for another 3 or 4 minutes just to give everybody else a chance and then we close out? Is that all right with everybody?
Just in case, I think it is, but just in case folks had to leave, I wanted to remind everyone to join the Facebook group, and we'll see you again this time next week, but let's continue on. Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. If everybody's good to continue, just for another few minutes and we'll be, I just wanted, because there've been people kind of coming and going, I'm sorry. I think connections have been dropped in this process, but Leah, thank you. Liz, over to you, please. 30 seconds. Just to give us a quick reflection on, what you take away from today and what you're inspired to do going forward. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Then once again, I'd like to say that this workshop has already made me realize that, okay, honestly, I've been one of the people that wasn't really thinking of the ocean as, okay, generally water bodies as a part that I need to look at, because I'm more of one person that believes that I need to be the change that I want to see in future. I need to be that change. I need to start the change that I want to see my kids having. I want to be there maybe in my 50s or 60s, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I wanted when I was 18. This is what I want to see. This is what is happening right now. So this is just a step closer to me actually fulfilling what I have to do in life. And I'm inspired to take up a project, and I know that by the end of this workshop, I would have put it in mind to actually have it. Yeah.
You'll
And
do
I'd
it,
like to
Liz.
say something small. I'm sorry
Thank
my
you.
connection dropped, but during my discussion with Carla, who was my partner during the break room, we had a small discussion, though it was brief.
Thank you.
But it was really nice to know her point of view, that
That's
so
amazing.
many people could actually be there,
Thank
not
you.
having the ideas, but just not having an upfront to where it start from or anything like that. And it's exciting that we could actually be the starting point for people's lives to actually be.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Liz.
Thank
And
you.
I know that you'll do what you've set out to do, and you know, decades on and generations on, there'll be many who'll have you and this beautiful group of leaders and our family to thank. So I sincerely appreciate it, and we've loved you know, getting this started. And thank you, Liz, once again. I'm gonna ask Salma, if you'd give us 30 seconds of a reflection, please, just on what you've taken away and what you feel inspired to do. Thank you. Thanks, Liz.
Okay, so my reflection is that there is a lot of people interested in the protection of the oceans, and that there is no better moment to take ocean action and advocacy than now. The best moment is the present.
I couldn't agree more. That's true. No better time than now. Thank you so much. That's beautiful, Salma. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Stuti, I would love to hear what your reflection is, please. Thank you. Oops, maybe we have an audio problem, or if you have your microphone. Yeah, I think your microphone's muted, Stuti, please. Okay, we'll come back to Stuti. Susanna, oh, Stuti's back. Okay, Stuti, go ahead, please. It looked like it was there for a minute. Okay, Susanna, could we ask you to go in, and we'll come back to Stuti.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. Yes.
It was wonderful interacting with everyone from all across the world. I got to learn a lot. I'm really thankful for the opportunity. Thank you.
Stuti, that's amazing. Thank you. We're very excited, and you have so much to contribute. I know about your passion on this issue, and it's fantastic. And I know you'll push policy too. Thank you. That's beautiful. Susanna, I was wondering if you'd like to go next, please.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Well, I think I can agree with everyone. You know, it's a great group. It's amazing to meet new people, and just the fact to hear different accents. I think that's a really nice part to hear the same speech in different accents. You know, it connects you to everyone, and and you feel that part of like coherence in your life. So that's really nice. And I also wanted to thank Pop Ocean movement to create these spaces, because well, you're amplifying our voices, as Leo was saying, that we, sometimes you might feel lost, and well, you give us a voice to meet other voices to spread it out. So yeah, it was really nice, and yeah, excited.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Susanna. Really appreciate it. And I think, yes, coming together, that's where movements happen. And if you think back on moments in history where things changed forever, it was when people came together. So that's really powerful. Thank you for sharing that reflection. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna ask Victoria. Victoria, if you'd be willing to go next, and we got a couple more after you. So thank you so much. Thank you. Over to you, Victoria.
Yeah, sure. My main reflection is that change is coming, and we have either the option to make it happen or to wait until it does. And I believe that without guts, there's no glory. And it's amazing to see a lot of people around here with guts and with passion and love to save our planet. And I'm really happy to be here and to learn from all of you. Thank you.
That's amazing. I think that's a lot of quotable quotes and fantastic, Victoria. Thank you for sharing that. It does take getting up, and it does take speaking out, and it takes guts to do it. So that's beautiful. Love our gutsy family, and thank you for sharing. Yudish, I'm gonna ask you if you don't mind to share a quick reflection, please.
Yeah, for me, one of the things that that really catch me, that ocean doesn't have a voice. So we, as let's say, as leaders, and the pop movement is doing a great job. That we need to bring that awareness and sensitization to the public, and this can only happen through trainings and coaching. So yeah, this is great. And then one thing I would like to share, that I always wanted to do a project related to the ocean, and I believe this is a great platform for me to share and learn and how to finally do a project. Thank you.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much. And I'm sure you'll do more than a project. You'll make real impact and affect the world, and that's what's gonna last forever. So thank you, Yudish. It's precious to have you here and to have your beautiful initiative. Thank you. And over to Jonas. Si es posible compartir, por favor, vamos a traducir, no hay problema. Jonas.
Sí, bueno.
Si es posible compartir pensamientos en más o menos 30 segundos, por favor. Gracias, Jonas. Bienvenido.
De contaminación del mar hacia océano. Hay muchas personas que no son conscientes de lo que hacen. Lo que mi pensamiento es de crear una talleres para incentivar a esas personas que no entienden cómo afecta a la sociedad en general. Ya veo en 30 años cómo va el mundo. Hay muchas contaminaciones.
Claro que sí.
Y
Gracias.
ahora tratamos de concientizar a esas personas.
Muchas gracias.
No haya más problemas.
Gracias, Jonas. Es muy importante. Muchísimas gracias. So the very important point that Jonas shared is that there's a lot of contamination and pollution that we need to worry about, and we really need to raise awareness. And that's one of the things he feels passionate and fired up about. And that will make a difference. So muchas gracias, Jonas, and thank you so much. We have Mira. Mira, if in 30 seconds you could share a quick reflection, and we'll close out with a quick word to conclude thereafter. So Mira, over to you. If in 30 seconds you could share a quick reflection, please. Okay, I think Mira is having a problem, perhaps.
All right.
Okay, Mira, 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. Thank you all. I'm really so humbled to be part of this team of intellectuals. One lesson I've really learned and acknowledged and actually proven today is the fact that we've been to school, God has given us life, we've obtained the empowerment, we've done vast research. What exactly would make you sit down and not try to uplift your voice or try to share out an idea that is going to bring change in a community where you're part of? you've seen the issues, you have the solutions within you. Personally, I'm really so excited to be part of this team, and I'm willing to look to learn anything and everything from each and every one of us who are part of the team. And literally, I really believe that one by one makes a bundle. It has all started, and we shall collect ideas from each other at the end of it all. Yeah, I believe we shall bring the change we want to see. Thank you all for coming, and have a nice evening.
Thank you. Absolutely. It's been amazing. And thank you all so much. If you would all agree, we'll get a quick picture here. I don't know if anybody that doesn't have their camera on could get it. And I just wanted to give all of you a big hand. It's been amazing, and start of something much bigger. So thank you all ever so much. And I think we're going to have a evaluation link go out also for this, and we're gonna have another workshop next Saturday, same time, same place. We'll see you right here, and we're gonna also connect on WhatsApp and Facebook. So we're gonna keep talking. This is yeah, this is one among many places where you're gonna keep seeing each other. So whoever can get your cameras on, let's get a picture. So I'm gonna say movimiento, which is movement in Spanish, and you're gonna say pop. All right. So, movimiento.
Pop. Pop.
Nice and loud together. Movimiento.
Pop.
One more time. Movimiento.
Pop.
Oh, we're getting there. One more time. Movimiento. It's been amazing. Thank you, and a big welcome to the Pop family, everyone. And we're gonna get a picture. We'll post it to the group. Thank you all so much. And keep safe. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay blessed. Abrazos. Big hug to everyone. And thank you. Can't wait.
Bye.
Thank you so much. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Until next week.
Till next week it is.
Thank you all so much. See you next week. You will receive updates via email, WhatsApp, and Facebook. So you will get the Zoom link for sure.
Thanks,
And we will be in
everybody.
touch through
Have a
those
great
channels.
weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all. Bye.